and affordable health care to residents. During the launch of the Imo State Health Insurance Scheme at the Imo Trade and Investment Center in Owerri, the Imo State capital, Governor Rochas Okorocha said the state government has injected 250 million naira into the initiative. The governor also said the new scheme is aimed at addressing the health challenges of the people, especially those in the rural areas.
Health, they say, is wealth, and improving access to quality healthcare delivery for residents of Imo State is the reason for this gathering. It's the official flag-off of the State Health Insurance Scheme, which is collaborating with the World Health Organization. The State Commissioner for Health expands on the initiative.
The need for health insurance in our state is well known. Apart from the fact of the current world order and the sustainability agenda for healthcare delivery, in the background of universal health coverage, the realities of unmitigated and catastrophic out-of-pocket health expenditure, which is the case in our immediate society, cannot be allowed to foster.
Governor Rochas Okorocha advocates health education as part of the insurance scheme in mitigating health-related challenges.
Some of the problems we have as a state is health education. Best form of governance is that government which allows the rich to support the poor, and not the rich getting richer and better, while the poor getting poorer and richer. So we're here to dramatize the urgency of that. There's need for us to know, and the need for us to help those downtrodden in our society. This is why the health insurance has become a necessity.
The World Health Organization is promising stronger partnership that will take primary health care to the less privileged.
WHO is promoting the universal health coverage. And as part of our support to the government, we came to Imo State and worked with the government because they have already started working on it. So we came up and supported the process of establishing the scheme. And also by providing the necessary information, guidance, and also working through the development of the proposal in the scheme.
The Imo State government has given the assurance that the scheme will cut across all the 27 local government areas of the state.
In keeping with its brand promise of providing affordable, fun, yet fuel-efficient cars built for Nigerian roads, Pt.3 Motors has unveiled the new EcoSport. The new Ford EcoSport was unveiled at the Abuja International Motor Fair. It comes in 3 variants, Ambient, Trend and Titanium, and the company promises both old and new customers a quality driving experience which is green, safe and smart.
Since its incorporation in 1977, Pt.3 Motors has been driven by its vision of being timeless in relevance and remaining a household name in the automotive industry in Nigeria.
With the new Ford EcoSport, to the glory and the usefulness of all that would love to have this.
With this aerodynamic brand, Ford is looking to take over the small SUV market.
This gives you the opportunity to have an idea of the kind of vehicle you want to buy to end the year. This is also a vehicle for individuals thinking of, even for government agencies, for fleet buyers, for their organizations. You want to change probably vehicles for your company.
With the new Ford EcoSport, you get to choose between a 1.5-liter petrol or diesel engine and manual or automatic transmissions.
It's really an excellent car. I've had a good experience. It's been a car that it takes me anywhere. The drive is good. The experience is excellent. It's been awesome.
The Director General of the Nigerian Automotive Design and Development Council commended Ford on designing a sports utility vehicle which is both affordable and fun to drive.
I'm very happy to see this type of vehicle introduced into the Nigerian market. This is really a big congratulations to Pt.3 and Ford for believing in the Nigerian market and providing the right transportation solution.
The new Ford EcoSport also has a voice-activated Ford Sync, which, once paired with your phone, recognizes and automatically transfers your contacts to support voice calling. With 3 variants and a range of 8 colors, the Ford EcoSport brings the customer something new, more maneuverable and imaginative.
And that's all from Abuja. Over to Kayode on Business News.
You First. First Bank.
Thank you, Linda, and you're welcome to Business News. The National Council on Privatization of Public Enterprises is expected to fund the proposed 2019 budget to the tune of 300 billion naira through the commercialization of some state assets. At an engagement with the media in Lagos, the Director General of the Bureau of Public Enterprise, Mr. Alex Oko, lists some of the assets to be sold as power plants, river basins, the International Trade Fair Complex, some federally owned parks, among other assets. And elsewhere, top players from both the public and private sectors in the downstream sector of the oil and gas industry have called for increased collaboration amongst its stakeholders. Now, this was the focus of this year's Oil Trading and Logistics Exposition Africa Downstream Week. Industrialists also called on the federal government to relinquish operational control of the refineries in order to achieve better efficiency.
It's the 12th edition of the Oil Trading and Logistics Exposition Africa Downstream Week. This year, the focus is on unlocking value through downstream industry synergy.
Synergy is all about adding an extra gain on top of what you're doing by collaborating with entities. If you're not efficient, then synergy makes no sense at all.
Yes. The forum brings together key players in government and the private downstream industry to dialogue and prefer ideas on how to grow the industry.
But we need the legal environment to encourage activities, encourage competition, rather than stifle activities and encourage patronage.
Through proper planning and scheduling of imports and local production and the use of our critical distribution infrastructure, we've been able to step up and improve the efficiencies of our distribution systems within the downstream in Nigeria.
This year's edition opens with leading brands showcasing their products. Many still believe the oil and gas sector should be run and managed by the private sector, but the government's playing a more regulatory role.
The refineries should be set up to work under arrangements that ensure efficiency. At every point in time, that should be the singular language that drives activity, efficiency. So if the private sector is efficient, then let them handle it.
Dedicated to the promotion of business, policy and stakeholders' relationship in petroleum markets around the sector, Oil Trading and Logistics continues to provide a platform for downstream players in the continent to effectively deliver industry solutions.
Let's now head over to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where the first trading day of the week at the local bourse kicked off uptick, with the key benchmark index gaining 0.88 percentage points. Tosin Adesina is standing by with more details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Monday's session at the Nigerian Stock Exchange begins the last trading week of October in the green. The all-share index was up by 0.88%, hitting the 33,000 mark, while market capitalization stood at 12.119 trillion naira. Despite mixed sectoral indices, the market's positive performance was boosted majorly by bargain hunting in the banking sector, which pushed stocks up by 1.98%. The industrial goods sector contributed to the market's drive. Activities on the price chart ended with a negative margin of 16 gainers against 17 losers. Lasaco Assurance, Stanbic and Wapic Insurance led the advances, while Unity Bank topped the laggards list. A total of 150 million shares valued at 2.88 billion naira, was traded in 2,624 deals. That's the stock market report. I am Tosin Additional.
Thank you, Tosi. Markets in Europe rebounded strongly as investors reacted to political developments in Germany following Angela Merkel's setback at the polls. There's much more from across the world. Now let's take a look at how other major exchanges fared. And that's business news for tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Kayode Okikiolu. The news at 10 continues with Gimba.
You First. First Bank.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Real Madrid sacks head coach Julen Lopetegui after 5-1 thrashing by Barcelona. Former player Santiago Solari has been placed in charge temporarily. That's the sports news. Stay with us.